Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're doing gameplay with the brand new Invincible Paul Pierce. Excited to see what this card can do, man. He's a 6'7" shooting guard. He's got great stats and badges. First really good Paul Pierce card we've had in quite a while in my team. It just seems like the last couple of years his jumper's been absolutely atrocious, and he just never really gets a super good card. So this should be, I would think, the best Paul Pierce I think we've ever really gotten, and being basically a near perfect card in all honesty. Should be a stud. I'm excited to try him out and see what he can do. So before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'll be pushed towards the 50,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. And a massive shout out to my guy Tryhard for letting me use this account to record this video as well. I really appreciate that a lot. He's in the Twitch streams and the YouTube chat all the time and stuff. So appreciate your support and appreciate you letting me use your account. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. Let's see what this Paul Pierce card is looking like. He's 6'7", 99 stats, of course, on every single attribute, as you would expect on an Invincible card, with 12 legend badges being posterizer, Deadeye, Limitless Range, Handles for Days, Glove, Layup, Mixmaster, Physical Finisher, Set Shot Specialist, Shifty Shooter, Ankle Assassin, Lightning Launch, Non-Ball Menace. I would consider those pretty darn good legend badges. He is a very good card. By the way, this is a crazy account, like a really pretty insane account. Everybody on this team is, I mean, this is the first time I've gotten to use Kareem in a while for on an account is what I'll say. I don't think that I'd recommend this, spending as much money as this team definitely cost, but that's neither here nor there, I guess, for the sake of this video. That being said, Paul Pierce, I think you have to keep in mind, it's the first good Paul Pierce card we've had in a while. So if you're like a Celtics fan, you want to use Paul Pierce, I can understand the desire to get this card. I just don't think in general he's worth spending hundreds of dollars to attain. And it's not that he's a bad card at all. It's just that, again, there's a lot of cards like him, especially at the shooting guard position, of all places and of all positions on this game. Just because, I mean, obviously Cedric Maxwell and Richard Jefferson are extremely high level elite shooting guard options you can have for free. Not to mention, I mean, obviously other shooting guards as well, like Josh Childress, who's super affordable, Rick Barry, who if badged is insane and has elite animations himself. Like a lot of high level, high quality animations and cards. So in my opinion, I mean, look, this is a very, very solid card, and he's going to do a lot of things really well, but I don't personally think he's worth buying or anything like that. So I am excited to try him out. His jumper's super nice. He's got all the SIGs you want with Garland, Francis, Kemba, Trey, all that type of stuff. So very standard, high level movement. Levine drag back as well. I mean, he's definitely a dog. So let's hop into a game. Let's see what Paul Pierce can do. Alrighty, good squad we're playing against. Pippen, Maxwell, AK, Embiid, and Dikembe. It's obviously not the team that we have. I mean, we have freaking Kareem as well as Jokic, KD, like some of the best cards in the game. A very expensive team for sure, but we're going up against tier 1 player, 127 wins. And I feel like the gamer tag looks familiar to me for one reason or another. Maybe I played this guy recently or something. I don't exactly remember, but the name looks somewhat familiar to me too. So we'll see if this dude's a dog. I really don't know. We will find out. Obviously, I would say that this Paul Pierce card is probably the best Paul Pierce we've had in a long time. That was a little bit of a force just based on the positioning of how he caught that. But I mean, what I really like about this card is if you saw in freestyle, his jumper still looks like his jumper. Like I didn't see the jumper that they put on this card and go, oh, that looks nothing like Paul Pierce's jumper. Sure, it's a good jumper now, but it doesn't look anything like Pierce. That's not the case with this card. This card has a jumper that looks like his own shot and at the same time is also a very good jumper. And that to me is kind of the goal when it comes to making quality players good in 2K. Guys who are really good in real life, good in 2K. So, because there's always these guys, Luka every year, Jokic every year, Paul Pierce every year, et cetera, guys who are really good players in real life who just generally, when they get cards, are never that great in 2K. Then there's a million other examples, and sometimes that's height related, obviously, like that can be annoying, but I think sometimes it's also just things like, in terms of the game is just, the releases and stuff like that that could very easily be super solid and super good just aren't. And I feel like that's a pretty common theme because like, look at that jumper. It's nice and smooth. It's easy to green, but it looks like Paul Pierce's jumper. And to me, it doesn't have to be perfect, right? But I just think making guys more good who were NBA legends is a cool thing. You know what I mean? I want guys who are great NBA players to be great cards in game. And I'd like to have the versatility to use a little bit more different players because I always know that if we get a Paul Pierce card early in the year, he's going to have nice stats and nice badges, but his jumper's going to suck. And therefore he's not going to be a card I want to use. It's been that way for 3 years now, I think. Like that is just, I feel like that shouldn't be the case. You know what I mean? And so that is my that's my spiel. Larry Bird's another great example as well. A guy who always has a bad jumper early in the game, who's really, really good in real life, obviously, and one of the greatest players of all time, and yet isn't really good in 2K. And I just think that's something it's a little annoying. You know what I mean? That's all. It's not the most important thing in the world. It's not something to write a petition about or anything, but it'd be nice to be able to like potentially use those cards and just have more options, more high-level cards to drop. It's not hard to make a jump shot that is both good and still looks like the player you're making the jumper of. Even if they had a slow or weird jumper in real life, or it just doesn't translate the way that it looks to 2K, you can make it better. And I don't think it's that hard to do. That's probably my biggest gripe, I think, with a card like Paul Pierce, is that this is the first good Paul Pierce card we've had in, it's been a while, you know what I mean? And so, I don't know. Just a little, I would say, just a little yap by me, I guess. So can we get a contest? No. Board. Oh, there we go, Kareem. Thank you. All right. Run the floor again. We do have Pro 2. I'm probably just going to go middle here. Actually, I'm just going to fake the middle. I'm going to go baseline. I'm going to shoot the Pro 2. It's not even really that open. Well, it was open enough. He didn't actually contest very well with Cedric, but unfortunately I missed it. So that didn't help. And I don't know why Jokic didn't pick up the corner there. I guess that's not his man initially, but you would think with the game like having some sort of smart AI that it would just pick up the player in the corner. I don't know, maybe not, especially in a transition situation like that. And then of course I miss a wide open third dunk too. I mean, I stink, man. I'm down 5 right now. This is bad. Just missing open shots, and more important, just blowing a wide open stick dunk. Like, I might be the worst. Behind the back here, back to the Francis, KD catch and shoot. That's a really nice offensive possession, leads to a wide open 3. Good movement by Pierce, draws defensive attention, leads to a wide open 3. Nice assist, and we got ourselves a 2-point ball game so far. So let's lock in here and let's see if we can have ourselves a few more good possessions in a row. Get there, no snatch. I thought I might get a block from behind or something like that. After all, it is Kareem. Like, he's going to go out there and do crazy things. So I'd like to see them, right? Size up here, downhill drive, again, out here. We're going to go behind the back away from the screen, and then we're going to Francis towards the screen. Hopefully he holds it. He does. And one dunk. Oh my goodness. Scotty, not Scotty. Scotty, he got fouled by Scotty. Nice play by Paul Pierce. That is absolutely nasty. Really nice play. I'll take it. Only a 1-point deficit so far. Not bad. After we were just down by 5. And I mean, Paul Pierce is doing some good things, man. I mean, he really is. I don't know why he just got subbed in at the 3. Again, I think auto subs are on. That would be why. Good shot by my opponent. At least he's still in the game. You know what I mean? At least he's still in the game. Auto subs, I don't understand why people would ever have auto subs on, personally, but that's just me. Downhill drive here. Catch and shoot again with Pierce. Another open 3 ball, should be green, and it is. He's looking nice so far, man. He's catching and shooting with confidence. He's doing some things off the dribble, showing off the slashing ability, getting that rim with that and 1. And we know he's good defensively too. A quality 6'7" defensive, do everything shooting guard. That's a really good card. Nice block by LaMelo Ball to end the first quarter. That is cold, and we have ourselves a pretty darn solid game going so far, I have to say. I feel like Paul Pierce has been really, really solid. 11 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. It felt like a bit of a struggle in the first quarter, but in all honesty, I don't actually really think it was that bad. So I'll take it. Yeah, I guess that being said, I think that's pretty much the majority of what I have to say about Paul Pierce. Is, yeah, he's a great card, and I'd like to see him get more good cards throughout the year. That being said, just because this is a good Paul Pierce card doesn't mean he's worth buying by any means. He's not significantly better. I'm not even sure he's like really truly better than a, can I just sub my starters in, please? Than a Cedric Maxwell, or even Richard Jefferson, or guys like that. You know what I mean? People have free Paul George. They might have gotten a locker code 100 overall, like a T-Mac or somebody like that. Like, there's just a lot of really good cards. And it's like, a guy like Pierce, as good as he is never worth spending hundreds of dollars on, especially for an event like this where they gave you 2 very similar level options at his position for free in Richard Jefferson and Cedric Maxwell. So that's my main thing, is that it just doesn't make sense right now to spend money for a card like this, even if he is a good card. I missed the jumper, I guess probably because I've overshot with him a little bit. I don't know. Trying to pick this up. Good defense. Contest again. Show me some of that defense here. He comes off the screen. Well, that was good. That's actually really good use of the Francis. I was not well expecting that personally myself. That's on me. That's a bump though. Good D. There you go, Paul. Way to get active defensively. Found ourselves in a spot for a bump steal. Catch. Let's go fake the middle. Okay, I was hoping he'd stay with the screen. He didn't. That's all right. Boom. Behind the back. Downhill drive all the way to the rim. We stick dunking. No, we're not. Damn it, I wanted that stick done. That would have been a really nice highlight there, but I guess I really should have just been patient and kicked it to Shaq in the corner, because that was going to be a wide spanking open three if I had just been more patient. And of course, it leads to an and one dunk on the other end. It's my own fault for forcing at the end of the day. Definitely got to be a little better. I don't know. I guess at this point, it kind of is what it is. Not too bad, but not a spectacular card that I'd like absolutely recommend either by any means, is what I will say. So 11 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal, 4 of 8, 2 of 4 from 3. He's a great card. He's a top, I have no idea where in the top 10 he is shooting guard position, but he's absolutely a top 10 shooting guard. Is he the best shooting guard in the game? No. Is he worth spending hundreds of dollars on? Absolutely not. Is he a great card? 100%. So there you go. That's the Paul Pierce review. I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. Be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.